Could you see a scenario where you downplayed critical information so as not to cause panic?
Not at all. The idea that you're going to not tell people what you've been told, that this virus is incredibly contagious, 7 times more contagious than the flu. You breathe the air, you get it sucked into your lungs. What has he done? Imagine, and by the way, Columbia University Medical School pointed out, if he had just acted 1 week earlier, he would have saved 37,000 lives. All the way back, and I was on one of your shows, all the way back in March, I was calling for the need for us to have masks, have the president stand and tell us what's going on. But he knew it. He knew it and did nothing. It's close to criminal.
We've got a question from William Tripp O'Malley, a social studies teacher, excuse me, over here, from Dunmore. He's a Democrat. Tripp?
My dad's from Dunmore.
Mr. Vice President, the messaging on the coronavirus from the White House has been all over the place since February. It's been extremely inconsistent. It's caused so many people in this country to ignore the virus and not take the necessary precautions. How will you get the proper messaging out to all Americans to keep them informed as to how to properly protect themselves and others from this pandemic?
What presidents say matter. People listen. I will make it clear what is needed to be done. I cannot mandate people wearing masks, but we've just been told we should expect another 215,000 dead by January. But if we wore a mask, we'd save 100,000 of those lives, doing nothing but that. We have to make sure we lay out to the American people the truth, tell them the truth. And I would make sure that I would call every governor in the country into the White House, say, you should be putting mandates out. If they don't, I'd call the mayors in their towns and their cities and say, put out mandates. You can save lives. And we should be providing for the PPE, the protective gear that is needed. Look, you know what recently happened? The President of the United States said that no longer would we, in fact, provide masks for schools. Pay them to have the mask in school because it was not a national emergency. What is he talking about? It's totally irrational. And look, this is all about one thing, the stock market. He doesn't want to see anything happen. It's all about his reelection. It should be about the American people, and they're in trouble. And if we don't do it, and by the way, his own CDC director contradicted him recently. He said, if in fact you just wore this mask, nothing else but this mask, you would save between now and January another 100,000 lives. And so we have to be honest with the American people. They're tough. They know, as Franklin Roosevelt said, things get worse and worse before they get better and better, but you got to level with the American people, shoot from the shoulder. There's never been a time they've not been able to step up. This president should step down.